their hands. Game on.
It is very much between these two magnificent racing drivers.
The two championship rivals going wheel to wheel.
We're just seeing a titanic battle this season.
Max Verstappen makes serious remarks about FIA regulations. Recently, Max Verstappen has been called out a number of times and has been making his way into the news now and then. The Formula One racer has already been making his name through the sport, but this time, it seems like his name would go down in the dirt. But why would this happen? What could possibly have gone wrong? What is Max Verstappen actually planning on doing? Continue watching the video till the end to know more. Hey everyone, and welcome back to yet another video from our channel. We hope you guys are doing extremely well. In this video, we will be talking about Max Verstappen and his serious remarks regarding the FIA regulations. We will be diving deep into every aspect of the news, so if you are new to this channel, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now, without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. The FIA stewards have explained why Max Verstappen was predominantly at fault for his clash with Lewis Hamilton at Interlagos on Sunday. The 2021 title rivals came to blows after the first safety car restart during the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. With George Russell having bolted on the pit straight, Verstappen had a good run behind Hamilton, whose reaction was not quite as fast. This left the Red Bull driver looking to make a move around the outside at the Senna S, sending his car to the right of Hamilton's Mercedes, but the two cars collided at the apex of Turn 2, which caused damage to Verstappen's front wing in the process. Both drivers felt the other was to blame for the contact, Hamilton saying that was no racing incident, mate, to race engineer Pete Bonington on team radio, while Verstappen believes he was not left enough room to make an overtake. Following an investigation, however, the stewards punished Verstappen with a 5-second penalty and 2 penalty points on his super license for causing a collision, and the verdict has since been published. The FIA's statement read, "The stewards reviewed the video from several angles, including in-car cameras, CCTV, and broadcast video. The stewards determined that Verstappen attempted to pass Hamilton on the outside of Turn 1 by braking very late. He did not complete the pass in Turn 1 and his excess speed compromised his entry into Turn 2, at which point he made contact with Hamilton. While the stewards recognized that Hamilton could possibly have given a little more room at the apex of Turn 2, the stewards determined that Verstappen was predominantly at fault. Hamilton dropped to 8th place on the road but was able to make his way back up to 2nd come the checkered flag. But Verstappen's refusal to allow teammate Sergio Perez back past him in a team order at the finish caused controversy within Red Bull. Perez believing his attitude shows who he really is, with the Dutchman eventually crossing the line 6. Max Verstappen will be allowed to keep his 2021 F1 title, despite the fact Red Bull breached the budget cap. The FIA found the energy drink giants to have been guilty of a minor overspend after an audit, and will likely slap them with a fine. And that punishment undermines F1 Managing Director of Motorsports Ross Brawn. The F1 budget cap was introduced in 2021 as teams were told they could only spend up to £114 million that year. But as the cap was announced in 2019, Brawn sent out a stark warning to teams who fell foul of it and said they would be risking their title. Financial regulations are the dramatic change in F1. Brawn said during the official launch of F1's new financial model at an FIA press conference in Austin, Texas. "We've tried these in the past and we've not been successful. I think the crucial thing about the financial regulations now is that they are part of the FIA regulations. So the sanctions for breaching financial regulations will be sporting penalties of some sort, depending on the severity of the breach. Whereas before we had the resource restriction, which was a gentleman's agreement between teams. Well, there's not many gentlemen in the paddock, I'm afraid, and that was a failure. But this has teeth. If you fraudulently breach the financial regulations, you will be losing your championship. So it has serious consequences if teams breach these regulations. We've got a very strong team of financial experts within the FIA and within F1, and we've sought outside support on this. Verstappen is allowed to keep his title as Red Bull's breach was less than 5% of the budget for 2021, and the FIA confirmed in a statement on Monday that they were still deciding on an appropriate sanction for the violation, with Aston Martin also guilty of a procedural mistake as they filled out a form incorrectly. The FIA confirms that its cost cap administration has now completed the review of the reporting documentation submitted by each competitor that participated in the 2021 FIA Formula One World Championship in respect of the 2021 reporting period ending on 31 December 2021, the organization wrote in a statement. The FIA Cost Cap Administration notes that all competitors acted at all times in a spirit of good faith and cooperation throughout the process. The FIA Cost Cap Administration is currently determining the appropriate course of action to be taken under the financial regulations with respect to Aston Martin and Red Bull, and further information will be communicated in compliance with the regulations. Arguably, nothing can compare to the drama surrounding the 2021 F1 Championship season. The dramatic bout that stretched to the last of the season might become relevant again. Because of the financial regulations, Max Verstappen might have to surrender his title to Lewis Hamilton. This entire scenario could come to pass as soon as the FIA releases its decision regarding the budget cap breach. As we are all aware, Red Bull is being accused of overspending in 2021. This could mean the statement from F1's managing director Ross Brawn back in 2019 could come to pass. In 2019, Brawn said, "I think the crucial thing about the financial regulations now is that they're part of the FIA regulations. So the sanctions from breaching financial regulations will be sporting penalties of some sort, depending on the severity of the breach. If you fraudulently breach the financial regulations, you will be losing your championship. So it has serious consequences if teams breach these regulations," concluded Brawn. Ross Brawn predicted the outcome of breaching the regulations back in 2019. This could very well mean the exchange of the championship between Verstappen and Hamilton. If this situation comes to pass, Hamilton will clinch the elusive 8th championship title, the only driver to do in the history of the sport. However, the regulations are not straightforward. With 2021 being the first year of the budget cap rule, the regulations might not have been as airtight as the FIA would have wanted them to be. As Brawn admitted in 2019, the regulations are pretty well thought out, but they will need development. Ross Brawn disclosed the level of specialization and details that have gone into making these financial regulations. Not just in-house experts, the FIA sought outside help in curating the regulations. We've got a very strong team of financial experts within the FIA and within Formula One, and we've sought outside support on this. Deloitte has been involved. So we'd have had a very strong group of experts, and that will continue. We're not going to stand those people down. They're going to continue to help introduce these regulations and develop them, he disclosed. Ross Brawn might have predicted the budget cap situation in 2019. However, a definitive result is yet to come, with everything hanging in the balance ahead of FIA's statement. The FIA's World Motorsport Council is set to meet in Bahrain on Friday, with the findings of the probe into the events of last year's season final, where Verstappen beat Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton to the race win and the title after the safety car rules were interpreted incorrectly to the latter's disadvantage, set to be released. The events at the Yas Marina track have already had a major impact on F1's future, with then race director Michael Macy removed from his role and new FIA president Mohammed Ben Sulayem promising greater transparency and new systems to help Massey's replacements from 2022 onwards. And that's it for today. What else do you think can happen for Verstappen in the near future? What could be his future goals? Did we miss out on anything? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. We hope you have enjoyed watching the video. Please like the video if you have not already, and make sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss another update from our channel. With that being said, let's meet in another one of these videos. Until then, see ya!